Just a day after 3 million registered eligible Sierra Leoneans cast their votes for their various candidates and political parties for the position of president, mayor or chairperson, member of parliament and councillors, blood pressures are rising as people anxiously await the official elections result from the National Electoral Commission, the only official institution with such an authority to make election results announcements. While the Commission counts the results, provisional results are being made available to the public. Those same provisional results are being used by the political parties to determine their expected fate. But are there any rude surprises right now so far? The ruling All People's Congress responds.
So far we are very much satisfied as a party because in our areas in the northern part of the country, a place like Putzloko for instance, reports filtering indicates that all the 10 seats for members of parliament, we've coveted them. The same with the councillor, the mayoral, as well as the district council. The same for Bombali and areas like Bo, Moyamba, Bon, Kailau, and Pujao. The reason being our constituency happens to be the entire Sierra Leone. This is why we have been rolling out our development agenda across the country.
Does the main opposition Sierra Leone People's Party hold a similar response?
For the SLPP, there are no surprises. We did our homework very well. Brigadier Bill was indefatigable. He went to every nook and cranny of the country. He had a great campaign message, and he is a very likable personality with a solid track record of having stood for Sierra Leone at make or break moments. So Sierra Leoneans want to pay him back. There are no surprises.
The National Electoral Commission requires a minimum 55% of the votes cast for a political party to be determined and declared winner. But with the way the provisional results are going so far, a runoff is likely expected. And one such institution to voice such a concern is the National Elections Watch, who says there is likely to be a runoff.
NEO wishes to make clear that this projection is based on a representative sample and acknowledge that only NEC has the legal authority to pronounce official certified results based on the sample. At this point, NEO wants to note that we will be releasing our sample after the National Electoral Commission has brought 25% of the results out. That there will be a second round of voting because none of the candidates will secure the 55% constitutional threshold required to avoid a runoff.
The National Electoral Commission also, in a press conference, updated the public that in an event of a runoff, they are well prepared to handle the elections to that level. The National Electoral Commission requires a minimum 55% victory for a political party to be declared winner of the elections. In previous elections, other political parties threw their weight behind either of the two major political parties, the ruling All People's Congress and the Sierra Leone People's Party, to help them gather more votes for winning. In 2007, the newly formed People's Movement for Democratic Change PMDC then, a breakaway from the incumbent ruling SLPP government, led by Charles Magai, through their support to the All People's Congress, dividing the SLPP votes, an act several people say led to the victory of the APC then. This 2018 election has seen the formation of 3 new leading smaller political parties: the National Grand Coalition, led by former flag-bearer aspirant and a breakaway from the Sierra Leone People's Party, Dr. Kande Kole Yumkela, seems to be making some mark in the provisional results. The Coalition for Change, led by former Vice President under the ruling All People's Congress, Chief Alhaji Samuel Samsumana, who has scored remarkable amounts of votes in Kono, and the Alliance Democratic Party, ADP, led by Muhammad Kamarimba Mansari, who upon his return to Sierra Leone claimed to have been a member of the All People's Congress, but was disowned by the party. Now, how prepared are the two leading political parties, APC and SLPP, in an event there is a runoff?
For now, we are in a celebratory mood because our optimism is off the roof and we continue to entreat our supporters. Maybe I'll be very cautious to say when there is the need for runoff, which we think it's not going to happen, then we'll address it. But for now, that is why the way we play our politics, These, our opponents, are not our enemies. It only happens that we have divergent political views. So at the end of the day, I don't think anybody can see a 54.5%, just a -5 for us to clinch the presidency, and they still want to come with stakes. That is why we have an open-door policy. For us as a party, we believe in what we call a centripetal force.
The basis of very hard evidence we have in our hands now as a party, yeah, and even by the uncertified RN results, the SFP is in a very unassailable lead. We are winning these elections on the first ballot. We have said this, we'll reiterate it. We don't see a situation where these elections will be committed into a runoff.
The official elections results would only be announced by the National Electoral Commission. The Chief Returning Officer of the National Electoral Commission, Fa Ali Conte, has assured the nation and the world at large that the elections results will be announced no sooner the counting process is done, while assuring the nation and the world of a credible election result. Phoebe Answell reporting in Freetown.